Raw took place tonight in Kansas City, Missouri. We started off the show with a John Cena video package as he's going to retire this Saturday at the Saturday Night's Main Event show in Washington. And when we see the video, it's really him talking about the Last Time Is Now tournament, and then they show Gunter winning the finals against LA Knight this past Friday on SmackDown. So Gunter started off the show. He will face John Cena this Saturday. Fans chant for Cena. He runs down Cena. It was a quick promo. He introduces the Cena countdown clock and of when he's done, when he retires. It's tells us the exact day, time, hour, minute, second. And then he says he will force John Cena to give up. I guess that means tap out on Saturday. That's not happening. After that, we get a recap of last week's main event, and then Io Sky comes out with Rhea Ripley by her side. Then Kairi Sane comes out during the break with Asuka. They showed Obafemi in the crowd, and then they promoted his match with Cody Rhodes on Saturday night's main event. And we get our opening matchup tonight, Io Sky versus Kairi Sane. Asuka interfered, allowing Kairi to get the heat for a while. Io made a comeback. Kairi hit an aerial double stomp, the same move she used on SmackDown this past Friday against Alexa Bliss. In that match, she lost, just like this one. Io hit a German suplex on the apron, followed by a springboard moonsault. Rhea attacked Asuka after she interfered again. Asuka did, so Rhea got rid of her. Eventually, Io got the upper hand. She hit the over the moonsault onto Kairi Sane, and she pinned her 1, 2, 3. Io celebrated in Rhea's arms, of course, jumps in her arms, and they celebrate together like they always do. We go to Paul Heyman in the locker room. He is with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Then Logan Paul walks in, and he's upset that Ray slapped him last week. Logan tells Paul they must handle the Ray situation tonight. Paul hands him some brass knuckles, and he was holding it for Logan in his suit pocket. We see Rey Mysterio heading to the ring. Then we get a John Cena interview clip on the, and this is during that, I believe it's Tom Rinaldi, the person who interviewed him. They talk about the "you can't see me" catchphrase and the pose, and we see other wrestlers talking about it and its pop cultural impact. Byron Saxton interviewed Lars Valkyria and Bayley in the crowd. This is ahead of Bayley's match with Sol Ruka and Lars' match with Roxanne, which was tonight. Rey Mysterio was out next. He was attacked by Logan Paul. He then takes out the brass knuckles. Rey fights him off at first, hits a 619, but then the hooded masked man comes. He attacks Rey, hits him with the curb stomp. Then Logan Paul KOs Rey Mysterio with the brass knucks, taking him out. LA Knight ran down and made the save. Then he challenged Logan Paul to a match tonight. They gave a shout out to The Rock for being nominated for the Best Actor for the Smashing Machine in the Golden Globe Awards. I don't know if he's going to get an Oscar nomination. We'll find that out later. I think next month. I don't know when they do the Oscar nominations. But if he got the Golden Globe Award, a nomination for that, he might get a nomination for the Academy Awards. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defended their tag team titles against the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. The champions retained after AJ hit a phenomenal forearm on Ivar. After the matchup, that's when the Usos, first the New Day entered the ring. They were at ringside. Then the Usos came out. They did the Yeet entrance. I don't give a shit. They did it again. I really don't like Jey Uso. He's been the worst wrestler all year. Jimmy says the Usos are back in the tag team division. They're supposedly reunited. Jay, in his promo, he compares the Usos versus the New Day to Ali versus Frazier and Rock versus Austin. Yeah, that actually made me laugh. Like, really? Come on. Jackie Redmond, after that segment ended, Jackie Redmond was in the ring. She introduced Stephanie Vaquer for an in-ring interview. Jackie asks Stephanie, who's next? Stephanie says she's the best. She puts over the woman in the locker room. Then Nikki Bella interrupted, and I'm thinking to myself, no way, I don't want to see a rematch. No, and I'm thinking, oh great, Brie's going to come, not Brie. But no, she tells Stephanie they're not done. and she demands a rematch. But then Raquel Rodriguez comes out. She attacks Nikki, puts her in a snake eyes and drives her into the ring apron. Then she gets in the ring, challenges Stephanie Vaquer. So I guess Raquel Rodriguez is her next opponent. Judgment Day were backstage. Liv Morgan confronts Raquel Rodriguez for going after the belt, but then she steps aside and lets Raquel go after it. She then tells Roxanne that they're going to be the next tag team champion. So I assume last week it's going to be Liv and going solo. Then Raquel and Roxanne are going to go for the tag belts. Now it seems like they've totally changed everything. It's like they changed plans for the week. I guess Liv is going to team with Roxanne, and Raquel is going to go for the singles title. So up next was Lyra Valkyria against Roxanne Perez, and Lyra Valkyria came out first, and then when she's making her entrance, she's accompanied by Bayley, and that's when they show Sol Ruca in the crowd, and then who's facing Bayley at Saturday Night's main event in the NXT exhibition match, and then Roxanne Perez comes out with Liv Morgan. And that might have been, I think that was a very memorable entrance for a lot of people. Seeing Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, wow. That lights up the world, doesn't it? Anyway, you get Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez. They've had some great matches in NXT. I think Roxanne's actually the one who beat Lyra for the belt at the Stand and Deliver show in Philadelphia last year. Almost 2 years ago now, actually. So Roxanne got the heat for a while, and then Lyra made her comeback. They have good chemistry together, you can tell. They've definitely had a lot of good matches. Definitely their matches in NXT were a lot better, but this is just a TV, I guess, streaming match now, if you want to call it that. So Liv helped Roxanne win. Liv interfered. Bayley tried to stop her. Liv was on the apron, and then Liv kicked Lyra while she was driven into the ropes, but the ref had her back turned. I don't know if it was it that referee that Becky hates anyway. Liv kicks Lyra, and then Roxanne hits the Pop Rocks, pins Lyra Valkyria 1, 2, 3, and Roxanne and Liv celebrate together. So I guess they're going to go on a tag team title run. We got a Tiffany Stratton WrestleMania 42 promo. I think that's the first time we've seen that one. They're featuring all the women right now. I guess Tiffy, I'd expect her back soon, especially for the Rumble. I fully expect her. I think she'll come back before then, actually. They show us some Maxine Dupree and Natalia training video. I don't care. We get another clip of the John Cena interview. He talks about criticism from the audience, including the "you can't wrestle" chants, and how he would learn new moves and try to add more stuff to his to what he would do in the ring. And they briefly looked at that awful springboard stunner he used to do. That thing looked horrible. LA Knight was out next, and Logan Paul comes out. We get LA Knight and Logan Paul in our main event. So Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed of the Vision interfere. Paul Heyman was already there, accompanying Logan Paul. When the referee is distracted, the masked hooded man hits a curb stomp on LA Knight on the announce booth. Logan Paul then pins LA Knight with a frog splash, and then he takes a spear, then 2 tsunamis. Then Paul Heyman gets on the mic. He cuts a promo on Kansas City, and then Braun Breaker cuts a promo on CM Punk. And he falsely claimed that Punk beat The Rock, which was weird. And then he says he wants to face the old CM Punk from 2011 to 2013. And then this promo wasn't as good as last week. He ends it with a throwback to what his Uncle Scott would say. He says, "I'll take your wife." And that's how the segment ends. Then we go to LA Knight. We see him in the back. This is on the screen. And we see him recovering. Then Bronson Reed and Logan Paul go after him in the back. They beat him down. They drive him through the announce booth. Then they put him on top of a car. Bronson Reed climbs a production box, so he's elevated above the car and hits a tsunami on the top of the car onto LA Knight, destroying him, taking him out. I think he did the same thing to, I think it was Braun Strowman a year and a half ago. Actually, almost, I think last year, actually. Around, more than last year. That's when Seth made his return after Bronson took him out before they formed the whole Vision. But more than a year ago, that led to their last man standing match with that Braun Strowman run over Bronson. But they had a segment when Bronson Reed tsunami'd him onto a car. Here they didn't break the glass, so I guess this is their way of writing off LA Knight for a while. I guess they can do that. I mean, I hope they're not getting rid of LA Knight. or he's leaving the company or if they've parted ways. I wouldn't like that. But I mean, it seemed like they're going to be done with LA Knight for a while. What I would expect to happen is LA Knight, maybe if he stays, I think in a few weeks maybe. I think that's when actually 4 weeks, almost a month, is the Netflix 1-year anniversary show. And that's going to be the first Raw of the new year. I think LA Knight might make a run and help CM Punk retain the title. So we'll see what happens, but that's how they ended the show, them destroying LA Knight. And everything this week, it's all about Saturday night's main event. This week, John Cena officially retires from the WWE.